Happy Monday, fitness family from across the world. Today I'm going to be covering for everyone the three most important hires within your fitness business to be able to earn more money, to be able to help more people, but more importantly, to have a little bit more freedom within your business. So if it sounds like something you're interested, strap yourself in. Okay, so we're going to be covering hiring a virtual assistant, making sure you have a good automation system, and then a full-time employee. Now, where this all came about, guys, I did a podcast the other day, but, I think a lot of people in the fitness industry are actually handcuffed to their business where they have no freedom to actually enjoy life. They have a really, really hectic job that's like 7 days a week and like super stressful. You don't have the ability to really travel for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks, stress-free where your business still grows. And I just want to teach you how I did it to hopefully add a little bit of value to you so you can do the same. Now, guys, the first one's the most important one. Now, you can do these at different timelines. There's no set timeline, but really having all three is the key to having somewhat more freedom within your fitness business compared to what you have now. Now, the one that gave me the biggest difference is a full-time staff member. So when we were going Co5 was myself, my business partner, and it was all really, really good, but it was until a mentor told me stop messing around, hiring contractors and casuals and hire a full-timer, that we actually really got freedom, because then when you have that full-timer, they actually become a 2IC or like a little mini. You can teach them how to market, teach them how to sell, they can run classes, teach them how to retain clients. All that kind of stuff where to have someone who has your back when you're away. You might be ducking off for a wedding, or you might have a long weekend off, or you might have that week away. But that 2IC who can step in and manage your facility, because you're probably pretty far away right now from having a full dedicated manager. But you do need that 2IC. And literally, I want you to think about it, that person who has your back when you're not there. And that's what a really good 2IC does. And, you can go invest all the money in the world on these crazy ass 10, 20K business coaching programs. I don't care what anyone says. There is no better investment in your business than actually hiring good quality staff. That will annihilate any fitness business coaching program you ever do, right? Because having these staff that work in your business, right? There's people in there growing it. And if you get the right 2IC, it'll be like having a business partner who's in the trenches with you, but they don't own 50% or 30% of your business, and you're able to scale together. A very, very important hire if you want to have freedom, and you watch how quickly your business grows. If you get the right person, you train them correctly, you sell them on the vision, you watch how much faster your fitness business grows by having a really good 2IC in place, right? It's absolutely magical. Now, the next one, guys, is ACR 365. So that's like an automation system. It text messages leads. It does all your emails. I want you to think of ACR 365 like the cheapest full-time employee you'll ever get that works 365 days a year, 24 hours of the day. It is an absolute magical and a beast of a system. Anyone who's generating over 5 to 10 leads a week, automatically it's going to save you about 5 to 7 hours compared to what you're doing now with manual text and follow-ups. But also being able to harness the power of automations and systems that happen automatically without you doing anything is going to free you up so much time and give you so much freedom within your business. Learning this stuff along my journey, I used to when I first got into fitness, I used to do everything myself and figure it out. And I think that's how we all learn, right? But it's until you really learn and harness the ability of automations and systems. So, that your emails go out automatically, all your onboarding is automated apart from the few, human touch points that you have along the way, of course, in a customer service business, that all your leads get emailed and text messaged and they get dropped voicemails, that you have automated booking links. So if someone wants to chat to you, they just book in a time, and the other 1,000 things that ACR can do for your business. But every business needs a really, really great automation system. Obviously, within the IC, we use ACR 365, so it's custom built out for our members based on our systems, what we recommend, so it makes their life really, really easy. So I highly recommend using something like that if you want to have a bit of freedom and if you want to work less and earn more money. And guys, the last one's a virtual assistant. Now, how I fell in love with virtual assistants is, first of all, we had very successful fitness business. We had over 1,200 members, right? But also in fitness businesses, the margins aren't massive. You're not pulling home $100,000 profit every single month and things like that, especially, not many people watching or listening to this would be anywhere near that. So you need to make sure you make really smart hires, really savvy hires that get you an amazing result, but also give you incredible ROI, return on investment. And that's where virtual assistants really come into play, because you can get a really good quality virtual assistant for $100 AUD for like 20 hours a week, 200 AUD for 40 hours a week, and you will pay them more over time as well as their skills develop and they add more value 100%. But having a really good VA team is going to give you so much freedom, because it's going to stop you from doing all those little admin tasks that hold you up, that are really, really needed in a fitness business, but they're not the best return on investment for you as a business owner when you can market a bit more heavily, when you can also sell. And then also the delivery side of things will cost you about that $25 to $50 an hour to outsource. So getting someone for $5 an hour is an absolute no-brainer. Now, guys, when you're like bringing on a virtual assistant, you just want to make sure that they've got a checklist set, that you've got a clear line of ROI. Not everything when you're hiring staff, not all return on investment is based on how much revenue do they generate, like how many leads. We've got, virtual assistants at work, people that, help close 5 to 10 sales a week with their organic messaging and things like that. But not all staff give you that like amazing ROI. There's some things that are a bit different. There's some ROI where you just don't have to do it anymore and it gets off your plate and you don't have to think about it. That's massive, because you can go focus on other areas. But when you're looking at getting a VA or your first full-timer, as I mentioned, you really want to map out what their role is, what the outcome is, and what it's giving to you, both with increased financial revenue, but also with time and freedom, and clearing your head of all the hundreds of thousands of tasks that you have to do every single year to grow your fitness business. So guys, if you're watching, listening, and you're like, hey, I'd really like to have a 1, 2, 3, or 4 week holiday. I've mapped out the 3 things that you really need. You really need a full-time employee to cover, right? When you're not there. Can't stress that enough. All proper businesses have full-time employees. You don't see, really big companies in the world messing around just having contractors. I'm sure they do have contractors. Most of the people are full-time, right? With full-time, you get full-time attitude. Contractor, you get contractor attitude. Those people who have had full-timers, contractors, and part-timers will know exactly what I'm talking about. You need to make sure that you guys have ACR. That's going to easily save you 5 to 7 hours a week just off the bat. When you get really good at it, or if you do some extra coaching on the system, easily will save you 15, 20, maybe even 25 hours and improve your business in terms of sales conversions, and then also your retention rate as well. And then guys, you want to have a really world-class VA. Not all VAs that you select will be world-class. So it's good, like any staff member, you can hire slow, fire fast, right? But you want to make sure that you onboard your VA really well, that you know what the ROI is, both financially and what it's giving you in terms of time back to grow your business. You want to make sure with all staff, and especially VAs, but this is every staff, that you onboard them really well, that you train and educate them so that they become world-class, that you give them clear KPIs and they understand their role, and most of all, that you are the leader that helps them win at every step of the way. They've got videos, they've got SOPs, you have their back. And if you piece all those things together, guys, I have absolutely no doubt that you'll be able to have a 1, 2, 3, 4 week holiday, maybe even a little bit longer. But if not, you're really going to struggle to have a break off where your business grows. Because, me and you going away to Bali together and your business staying the same, that's not a win. That sucks. Because if our businesses aren't growing, they're dying. What it is, we're over in Bali for 3 weeks. You're doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. We catch up for beers at Kudita once every Sunday and go, hey, how's your business going? You go, awesome. We grew by 4 members last week because of X, and X reason. And that's what I want you guys to get to. And until you get to that level, you just have a full-time job that's super, super stressful and you don't have any freedom. Now, building these systems takes time, guys. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very lucky that I've actually done it. We've got multiple coaches in our program who have done it. So if what I said made sense to you today, if you'd like to have a full-time employee, if you want to have a VA, if you're interested in ACR, I'd love if you join our Inner Circle program. It's $50 per week. Literally getting our staffing checklist and our onboarding for VAs is going to cover the investment for the next 1 to 2 years in the return on investment you get, that you're able to implement it. But if I'm able to coach and work with you so you have a 2 week holiday a 3-week holiday or 4-week holiday where your business grows. I had Coach Dylan, I mentioned on the podcast last week. He went away last week. His business closed 11 sales. It's because he's implemented all these systems like an absolute savage where now his business grows without him. That is true happiness when you're away, right? That is really what lights you up and you're like, wow, I'm so incredibly proud of what I've done. So if that makes sense to you guys, send me a message on any of my social media platforms. Myself or our amazing virtual assistant team will jump on and organize for you to have a chat with one of our very, very friendly team. If not, guys, you have a really epic day. Or as always, hit me up on Instagram, Jimmy_Pomponio. If you got a bit of value, I'd love if you send a screenshot of today's podcast, post it on Instagram, give me a tag. I do these things for free for you guys. So hopefully if you got a bit of value, you can pass it forward. So a few more people see the content that we're delivering and we can help more fitness business owners. We have a crazy goal of getting to 1,000 members, which I'm sure we will if we're very, very consistent. Just like you guys can achieve anything through consistency. But then also, as I mapped out today, you've got to have the right team, because there's no point having a really successful business if you're absolutely handcuffed to that sucker and you can't go away and enjoy life.